I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is All The Mons. Now, do you enjoy your time and how much your time is worth to you? Well, if so, boy, do I have the video for you today. See, over the last few episodes, we have been doing things that are going to help us with time management. In such a large mod pack like this, there's a lot of times where you are probably going to be spending an awful lot of time just doing things. So, last episode, we have ourselves a mob farm, which is producing tons of awesome resources for us, saving us time, because now we don't have to go mining as often. And with the item pickup here, we're saving some time because we don't have to go looting as often. And with our storage scanner, we're also saving time because we don't have to search through individual inventories, and that is a big time saver. But what if I told you there's another way we could save time? Yeah, tick accelerating blocks. And yes, this early in the playthrough. And what exactly do I mean by tick accelerating? Well, let's just say, for example, we have something cooking in the furnace. This bar takes a little bit of time to kind of finish. Well, we could speed that up. And JEI may have just spoiled everything, but Roots. The Roots Classic mod is in here, and whether you believe it or not, today we are going to be getting ourselves a wand that has an unlimited amount of uses on it that allows us to tick accelerate blocks. The first thing, however, we need from the Roots mod is the runic tablet, as a lot of the information about this mod is buried inside of this tablet, including all of the spells and what those spells do. Oh yeah, and this is a magic mod, if that didn't click. And I will say this magic mod can be kind of confusing, but it's been around for a really long time, usually just kind of snuck into mod packs like this one. And believe me, it's really easy to overlook because, well, it doesn't really have a whole lot of items. Now, getting started with what we're wanting to do, make a wand, or at least that's the first part of what I want to do today. We need to get this spellcrafting component acceleration. This is really important, and notice it requires endstone, which typically you would need to go to the end for. But with several other mods that we have, including Ars Nouveau, we can bypass this. Now, don't get me wrong, I do want to go to the end, but just not yet. The way we get endstone is by using Conjuration Essence with any stone. It converts it into endstone for us. Conjuration Essence is fairly easy for us to craft. We do need an imbuement chamber and 3 pedestals, however. And with all of the looting we've done, well, getting those pedestals is really easy because we have source gems. And setting up this imbuement chamber is going to look like this. Imbuement chamber, then we'll place down the arcane pedestals down around it, and then we need to put each of these items in. Now, you should have gotten these through looting if you did loot enough. If not, you can always get a Starbuncle token by dropping a gold nugget near Starbuncle. And these guys you can technically get from a Wilden Ritual, which is absolutely free and can actually spawn a bunch of the Wilden mobs. Anyways, what we really need is a source gem. So let's grab a source gem from here. We place that in, and that's the only item that we're going to need from ours today. There we go. We now have ourselves Conjuration Essence. And after a craft, we have the endstone we need. So to be able to make this spell powder, we are going to need a mortar, and we're also going to need a pestle. We need an oxeye daisy, piece of sugar, a gold ingot, a rare farmable material, and this is where things get a little bit confusing. So the rare farmable materials, you're going to get like verdant sprigs from like wheat and like basic crops. And then infernal bulbs you can get from netherwort. And then you also have dragon eye, which you can get from chorus fruit. These actually provide you with the ability to add extra modifiers. And so we could technically build this with a verdant sprig. However, I'd only be able to apply one special modifier to this. And for example, I want to use redstone here, which is going to give it efficiency. And so if I use an infernal bulb in this recipe, I can then put 2. And then if I had the dragon eye, I could then put 3 efficiency modifiers on this, which is going to be very helpful. Efficiency is really good for a spell like this, considering we want to be able to cast it multiple times. And to be able to do that, we are going to need it to be efficient because we do sort of have like a mana source kind of bar. So when it comes to modifiers, yeah, you have potency modifier coming from glowstone, you have efficiency coming from redstone, and gunpowder will apply like a bigger area to your spell. So to make this, we need to just put all of these individual ingredients inside of the mortar, like so, and then we'll put our bulb in, and then we can put 2 of our redstone, and then we just hit it with the pestle. and that is going to give us the spell power or spell powder for acceleration. And you can see it has an efficiency of +2. Now that right there, well, that was the easy part of roots, because this next part is where things get a little bit more confusing. And what's confusing is the multi-block structure that we're going to need to make in order to make things, for example, like the crystal staff, and also add this spell to the actual staff. For just about every ritual, we are going to need the casting altar, 4 incense braziers, 8 mundane standing stones, and then last but not least, 4 attuned standing stones. And then the only thing we need is space, because this takes up an 11 by 11 area. To build this out, let's go ahead and place in our casting altar. And then on each side of this, I'm going to place my incense braziers. Then we need to go 1, 2, 3 blocks away from center on all 4 sides. So 1, 2, and then there's the block, 1, 2 block, and same on all sides. Then we want to connect all of the corners together, making sure it makes a perfect square. So there's all 8 of those. And then we skip a block, and the next block out from the all cardinal directions is the attuned standing stones. And this is our 11 by 11 structure that we need to be setting up. So you know what? Maybe I made this sound a little bit harder than it actually is. We've got the altar up and running, but there's still several things that we are going to need. For example, different barks from different types of trees. And we haven't done any of that yet. But to get this, we need to make a bark knife. So a bark knife, we can just walk up to any tree. For example, this is birch, and we just start right clicking, and this is going to start generating a few different types of bark for us. And so I'm just going to go through and gather a bunch of different types. With all of that bark, this is now time to make the crystal staff. So to explain how this recipe works, the things that have the fire next to it, these go in the braziers and have to be lit on fire. Then we place these items on top, and then we need to shift right click with an empty hand, and that should fire the thing off. So I'm going to place all of the base ingredients into the braziers, the incense, and then place these items in by right clicking. And then let's go ahead and light these. So they are smoking, and it says braziers burning. And then with an empty hand, shift right click. And this is going to trigger the craft to start working. If you get these particles, things should be good. And this should craft the thing that we're going to need. And perfect. Oh man, this could really use an update with like music and stuff. Now, technically this staff can have up to 4 different spells on it, but I'm only going to be putting 1 on it at the moment. And that is just going to be our acceleration, just so I know this is our acceleration staff. Now, the way we do this is we are going to need a sprig. So we need a single sprig. We'll place the wand and the sprig down. And then after our incense are done burning, we can go ahead and put our spell powder inside of here, light this, and then shift right click. And this is going to imbue the spell onto the staff. Like I said, you can have up to 4, and I believe we can override and change these later. Also, notice there's like little dots that are like popping off all over here. But this is it. This thing is incredibly powerful because not only can it speed up ticks on blocks, it can also speed up ticks on entities. So if a particular mob has a cooldown, a breeding cooldown or anything like that, well, you should be able to apply it to the mob. Notice the mob got faster. Now, where I think this is best shown off is, for example, in something like this. So this is our base speed, but we can make this go significantly faster. If we don't look at it directly and then drag and right click, we can accelerate this and also stack the acceleration. So if we do this multiple times, that acceleration speed it's just stacking, which is incredibly powerful and so good. So now how does this apply to Cobblemon? Well, I'm assuming that we can speed up the campfire pot by using our staff. And the campfire pot is a pretty cool block. If we go ahead and place down a campfire and this on top, it allows us to, for example, take XP candies and we can level those XP candies up. So this right here is going to start making XP candies small from all of our extra smalls, but it takes a little bit of time to process, as you can see there. But I'm assuming that we can just speed this up, and notice it is going to go significantly faster like a lot faster. Oh, this is so good. And so if you're like me and, well, you want a nice early game way of making this go a bit quicker, there you go. This staff is definitely not limited to these particular blocks, Cobblemon blocks or what have you. Like I said, this is going to be really useful for anything that just takes a bit more time than you think it really should. And because I'm good old daddy Chosen, the less time I can spend waiting for a machine to finish, well, the more time I can spend with my children, or filing my taxes, or going to the grocery store, or building cool things in Minecraft. But I mean, why am I trying to justify this? I know you want to make it, and you're probably going to make it after this video. Of course, let me know down in the comments below, by the way. Is this something that you're going to use? Like, I would love to hear from you. But now, honestly, outside of the acceleration on the staff and maybe a couple of other utilities, Roots does not really have a lot going for it in a pack like this when you're compared to a whole lot of other things, as this mod is kind of built in an era of a more terra firma craft style where you're stuck in like a lower tier of Minecraft for a whole lot longer. But you know what? That one item, incredibly powerful and incredibly useful. So now that I've got my accelerator on me, let's go ahead and do some Pokémon's leveling up. Let's go ahead and level up our Mons. I want to take them to the next level, which we did just unlock. So I can now say, hey, get to level 16, and I can just actually level all of these from within my inventory, now that we can easily upgrade some of our XP candies that we're getting from all of our coons. Now, just as I was about to build an arena, look who popped in. Like, how can I turn down an enchanted golden apple and whatever this is? I'm probably going to need it later. And would you look at that? This right here is my little arena. I think this is going to work out well. We have our trainer spawner block right here. This is where I should stand whenever I initiate the battle. And yeah, this should be plenty of space. And speaking of battle, we need to take on Commander Mars, which is going to get us up to level 20. And to spawn him, we're going to need a wide lens. But I have no idea what this man's Mons are going to be. So I do want to rearrange. Let's maybe put Trico first and just kind of leave that as is. And we just need to wait a moment. There we go. And let's initiate combat. Okay, just stare at him a minute. There we go. Perfect. And so now our arena is up and running. Okay, so he's got his Zubat. Not the greatest combo. Like, I'm not going to do anything amazing. Like, we are pretty rough here. I mean, but a quick attack might be able to deal a little bit of damage. No. This might be a moment where Trico gets absolutely wrecked. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's switch out. Maybe I could go with Rookity. I mean, this is a normal type. And I mean, this is very strange. Like, none of my moves are going to be like really rough, but we could maybe hit an absorb if we can get the move off. Okay, yeah, we got an absorb. I think we only have one chance at this, and it caused us to flinch. So yes, we are definitely out of battle here. Oh, with Trico. I was not expecting a Pergly to pop. That is a crazy thing to hit me with. Okay. I don't have any fighting type moves either, which would be really effective against normal types. Anything great here? We just have water gun. I mean, there's not a lot. Its speed must be way faster than anything I have at the moment. And oh man, he is completely out. I mean, we do still have a few things, but I have a feeling this guy might actually wipe us with our Mons being such low level. There's not a whole lot going for me here. Power level 60. We can maybe use a water gun or bubble, but I bet it outspeeds us. Yeah. Oh, man. If we can knock him out without him using any item, we might have this. Come on, Horsey, we got this. Oh man, okay. This is gonna be close. I mean, he's only got one more Mon. What could go wrong? You know, we still have 4 left. And oh man, let's just hope it doesn't use an item. Rookity, I really hope you hit this hard. Okay, let's see. We could do a peck, and it did a full heal. That is crazy. The ability for these trainers, unlike the games, to use their hills is kind of absurd. Oh, that deals so much damage. I mean, I do have heals. I might have to run over and grab some. Oh man, I think we do have revives, but I have to choose. We do have a couple of max revives that I could use in this battle. And we probably have, yeah, I would prefer to use max revives, but who are we reviving? I mean, probably horse for sure. Yeah, we're going to take a hit, but this might be how we survive this battle. Okay, so let's throw Horsey back in. And I'm sure it's like, wait a minute, I just seen that guy. And come on, the Horsey was super resistant against a lot of these moves. Come on, don't use another item. Okay, maybe not. Okay, perfect. I think that was the big one knocked out. And then we just have Zubat to deal with. Okay, and Zubat shouldn't be all that bad to deal with. Perfect. I think we have this, and then we'll be able to have level 20 Mons. We're going to unlock more moves, which is going to be very helpful for us. Like, we just have to get through these early tough battles. I tell you what, it does seem like a lot of these early ones are really, really painful. I mean, if we did do IV stat boosts, there is a chance we could also benefit from that too, but it does take a lot of grinding for that. And what do we choose? Roost? I mean, Roost's Curse is actually a really good one. Let's just take that. And there we go. We ended up beating Commander Mars. What do you have to say? That was an amazing battle. I have to agree. That was actually challenging with the team I have. But after that, time to revive all of our Mons, throw them into the heal station, and take a deep breath. And also take a look at our player card, because our trainer card, we are now at level cap 20. Something I will say, when it comes to items, keep in mind that you can use 2 and they can use 2, and they will use 2 on you. So far in playing around with this mod, with the radical trainers, they will do some weird things that typically the games won't do. Like, for example, throw in their final and big baddie at the end. They'll throw it right at the beginning. Like, it's so strange. You know what? It probably would have helped if we would have evolved Trico, and we can actually evolve Trico. We could have evolved him at level 16. So you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's click the evolve button. Make sure you throw him out of your party, and then hit the evolve, and we're going to turn it into Gravile. Yes, we're one step closer to one of my favorite Mons, Sceptile. Look at this. And there we go. Even keeps the stick in his mouth. Love it. And you know, this would have been insanely helpful because Grovyle does have physical attacking moves, so we do have some fighting abilities. I mean, but none of these would have helped us here. Now, I know we just evolved Trico, but one of the strongest Mons on our party right now just happens to be also the weakest, but now it has the ability to hit level 20, which means it is now about to become one of the most powerful in our party. Yes, we are about to get Gyarados, and I am pretty happy about this. Beautiful. Our Magikarp is now going to turn into Gyarados. Now, I haven't renamed in many of these Mons because I don't want to stay connected to many of these, because there are some very special versions of Mons that I do want to go after. And so I'll get kind of connected to them if I start naming them. But this is going to be our first Magikarp to Gyarados upgrade. And let's go ahead and evolve into Gyarados. Oh, this is so sick. Oh boy, do we have a big Mon now. So now with Gyarados, we just acquired our first sort of flying mod, Rocket Mon, and then we also just got ourselves a swimming Mon, which is pretty cool. If you shift right click, you can click ride, and you can walk around, and it's pretty slow. Like, he is definitely not made for walking on land, but in the water should be a different story. And we can actually swim a whole lot better like this. And so we can go underwater and we get to kind of like maneuver it almost like it's a jet, which is really, really cool, by the way. But where this thing really shines is its ability to fly out of water for a short period of time. And you can also spin and do all kinds of weird things. Yeah, we just did a barrel roll. I mean, come on, you can't tell me this is not sick. Woo, look at me spin it. Now we can also evolve Rookity at this point, which is definitely going to be good. The closer we get this to Corviknight, the better. Corviknight is such a crazy looking mon. Also one of the best flying mounts that you can have. And voila, Corvisquire. And after leveling Togepi, we now get Ancient Power. Other moves that we get, Gyarados gets Ice Fang, which is another incredibly powerful move, ice move that it gets a hold of. Well, powerful at least at this level. And Horsey now at 20 gets Dragon's Breath. I love this. But you know what? I think I'm going to change my party up just a little bit here. And now that we're up to level 20, we can actually equip that Toxel that took me a while to catch. And so, goodbye, Chewtile. I'm going to take Toxel instead. Oh, and what an adorable mon you are. The next on our list to battle, which will get us to level cap 22, is Commander Jupiter, which requires a scope lens. And this is actually not that bad of an item to craft either. And I wonder how our party is going to fare now. This is going to unlock us to 22. Oh boy. Let's battle. All right, so Commander Jupiter has a Zubat to start, and we just fought a Zubat, which is going to be interesting. Have no idea. We'll hit it with Assurance for right now. It's a pretty decent move we have. And I'm also gonna try Energy Ball. I mean, that's a pretty powerful attack. Wow, okay, so that did not too bad. Jupiter used Poison Fang. Ooh, and we got poisoned. That is an ouch. Maybe I can hit with a Mega Drain and regain some of my HP back. Not a whole lot though. That did not do a whole lot to me. Oh, we're definitely taking a hit here. Yeah. Oh man, and this is okay. So they only have 2 Mons technically, which is good because we have 6. I'm gonna throw out Gyarados. Gyarados is just a wild one here. I love my little arena that I got set up. Okay. So we will hit it with Ice Fang, and they use their potion, to be expected. This is why I said Ice Fang is incredibly powerful here. And then we get a Skunk Tank, and do not let this thing confuse you. This Skunk Tank is awful. Let's use Twister on it. Oh man, it has like such high defense. And let's see, it needs rock type or ground type to really affect it. That hurts a lot, and there's not much we can do right now. Just whittle it down bit by bit because we do not have anything that has super effective moves against it. Oh man, and that poison hurts so bad right now. So bad. I'm trying to think, after Gyarados goes out, what are we going to use next? We can try I keep trying to say Toxtricity, but Toxel, and we can see what Toxel will do. You know what? I should have been using Ice Fang. Okay, so it just used a, what did it just use? Restored their HP with a berry. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. All right, we'll try, you know what? We'll try Corva, and we'll see how effective the pluck is going to be on it. Not looking great. But I mean, if we can whittle it down, I think we got this. It does have the ability to use 2 different healing abilities if he wants to. But man, getting hit with those abilities hurts. Oh man, and we're knocked out again. I mean, Toxel, you got to do me a solid here, Toxel. You've got to. Man, it would have been really nice to use Belch on him considering he was holding an item. Let's hit him with acid. You know, just give him a taste of his medicine. I think we'll be fine. Oh, wait. That was not enough, and we're burned. Oh, we are not going to make it. Toxel is definitely out of the running here. 3% left. Togepi, honestly, you're going to be the MVP. Use Ancient Power if you don't get completely wiped. Togepi being the MVP is absolutely wild. And there we go. Beautiful. And we completed it without using any items that time, but only because we had a full party. See, now I never claimed I was amazing at Pokemon, only that I played it. But also, you don't really know what these parties look like. At least I don't know what they look like when I'm going up against them. So you kind of have to try it out first. And if you fail, now you know how to prepare. And I would not feel bad about losing. If you do lose, you can always take them out the good old-fashioned way. You know, just show them who's boss, you know, a little bit of Minecraft violence there. No big deal. But in all seriousness, I would not be worried about failing. You can just restart the battle and keep trying. It would be funny to see a hardcore run, though, where, well, if you die in battle, you die in real life. But you know what? Maybe that's another challenge for another day. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We got to level cap 22, and I would say we are progressing pretty quick. I mean, not only did we get access to tick accelerating blocks and entities, I mean, but we also have a mob farm now, storage, and we are really progressing through all the mods in All The Mons. Now, if this was as much fun for you as it was for me, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. And with that, it's now time for me to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that amazing thanks, well, that is going to go out to Bells. Thank you so much for your amazing support and choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and just supporting my content. And honestly, one of the best ways possible. Thank you so very much. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.